Hello, welcome to our channel and our first video. We are Tales from the North Overland, and we are on our way to South Dakota and Wyoming. As always, hit the like button and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. A bit about us. I'm Don, my wife is Linda, and our son is Timmy. We got an off-grid trailer Expedition 2.0 back in January, and it is helping to support our adventures as we explore our area and beyond. First up was the long drive. We live in Michigan, in a suburb of Detroit, and it is a very long drive out to South Dakota. Here are some photos from the Badlands. The Badlands National Park Visitor Center has many fossils on display of prehistoric animals that roamed these lands. New fossils are regularly discovered in the park, and visitors are encouraged to turn the ones they find in for study. Our campsite turned out to be amazing. It was just about 6 miles south of Wall, South Dakota, and contained many of the same geological features found in the Badlands. It's very similar looking. We didn't realize it at the time, but we would spend a total of 3 nights here over the course of our vacation. Enjoy. Our next stop was in Wall, South Dakota, to get some gas as well as to see Wall Drug. Wall Drug is really interesting. There's a lot of interesting things to see, as well as it being a pretty cool gift shop. After leaving Wall, we wound up in Deadwood. Deadwood is a really cool town to walk up and down. It's not the most kid-friendly town, as most of the attractions are centered around drinking and gambling. As it turns out, we would spend a little bit longer in this area than anticipated because the start-stop battery on my Jeep decided to die. We needed a couple of jumps to get to where we were going and ended up in a Jeep dealership in Spearfish, who managed to get us on our way. While we were in the area, we drove by Mount Rushmore. It's a pretty impressive sight. We were more impressed with the beautiful scenic drive along the Iron Mountain Road headed southeast from the Mount Rushmore area. It was a beautiful road full of twists, turns, and one-lane tunnels that we Michigan Flatlanders rarely get to see. The road ends at the scenic Wildlife Loop Drive, but alas, with the smoke and haze, there were not a lot of animals out. After spending the night in an RV park near Deadwood to refill water, recharge electricity, get a shower, and do laundry, we headed into Wyoming. The first stop was Devil's Tower Monument, which was America's first national park. The Dakota Indian legend of Devil's Tower is that a group of young Indian boys were hunting an antelope. After tracking it for 3 days, they encountered Mato, the great giant bear. Mato pursued the boys, who prayed to Wakantanka, the creator. The earth shook and the column that is now Devil's Tower was formed, lifting the children to safely from the bear's reach. Mato clawed at the tower, leaving the gouges on its walls, but was not able to reach the children. The name Devil's Tower is actually a mistranslation, and many of the nearby Indian tribes refer to it as Bear Lodge or Bear Teepee. Leaving Devil's Tower behind, we continued west. Our destination was a segment of the Wyoming Backcountry Discovery Route on the other side of the Bighorn Mountains. Since it was mid-afternoon and we were hungry, we looked for a campsite along the way, and we were not disappointed. We found an amazing spot in the foothills of the Bighorn Mountains. We were able to get our trailer set up, get some food cooked, and enjoy a campfire, as well as exploring the amazing scenery nearby. The final stop on our trip was a portion of the Wyoming Backcountry Discovery Route. This route was designed by motorcyclists but is accessible to everyone. It consists of 8 segments starting at the southern border of Wyoming and going north. Just based on where we could pick up this route, we ended up doing segments 7 and 6, some of which is within the Bighorn Mountains. Thus the lack of video since the National Park Service has unfairly limited it. Because we did not have travel companions, we did not do the whole of segment 7 since we were unsure of trail conditions and didn't want to find ourselves in a situation where we could not self-recover from. We definitely intend to come back here with some friends and continue exploring this awesome area.